Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm here to give you the philosophy how to expand a bit upon your creativity, your imagination, and innovation. Everything is created twice. First in the mind, then it becomes reality. Whatever in the mind, a man can conceive and believe it can achieve. So you go out there day after day, do the work. The confidence, put yourself out there boldly, authentically, even though the success, the creation has not arrived, has not manifested just yet. But you know that the richest place on earth, the richest real estate on earth, is the graveyard where dreams and goals and everything like that die along with you because you have the courage, the frameworks, and this go-getter energy that you're going to have to go out there and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. This is the method, the philosophy known as create like a God. This is your man, Jaron Mitchell, aka Jaron W Mitchell. And today's talk we're talking about today is 5 reasons why I recommend artists focus on personal development. Okay, 5 reasons why you as an artist need to focus on personal development. I don't remember what episode it was. But I remember talking about like some people do not want to work with assholes. Okay. You don't want to be an asshole. You don't want to be an asshole. I'm telling you, some people don't want to work with assholes. However, there's a time to be an asshole and there's a time not to be an asshole. Okay. And we're going to talk about it later on. Why is that? Some people are like, oh, wow, you don't need to be an asshole. I understand. But hey, sometimes you got to be that asshole. You got to be. So we're going to be talking about this today. And the opening quote that I have here for you is from Jim Rohn. Okay. Formal, which I quote right here. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune, end quote, by Jim Rohn. Okay. So as an artist, we must often invest in tools, techniques, and tutorials that's most important projects you'll ever work on is yourself. Okay. Working and developing on yourself, being the best version of yourself. I believe Michelangelo actually has was it Michelangelo? I believe he has a quote, and I didn't mention this on one. He said it's better to aim high to miss the mark or something like that. But I can't remember the quote from Michelangelo. I believe it's talking about your body or something like that. Maybe it's Michelangelo, something about your body, like building your body up and stuff like that as well. And that's one of the part of the reasons we talked about this on previous episodes. And let me go ahead and check out my notes right here from my previous episodes I got from Create Like a God, which is you got episode number 11. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it, how your health feeds your creativity. Okay, building your body. And I'll mention this like, hey, I'm a proud fat phobe. I ain't been a proud exorexic phobe, whatever, if you want to call that. I think there was a time, I don't remember what years, there's time where people wasn't eating, called exorexia, exorexic, being exorexic. Then you have being, people that's overweight. Okay, but you got to work on your health for you to be the best version of yourself, and working on your health and all that is part of that as well, and it will help your creativity. So let's go back into what I have on episode 13 today, and work on yourself. Work your important thing you need to do is work on yourself each and every day. Invest in yourself. That's one of the investments. According to Grant Cardone, there's 3 types of investments. Okay, first you invest in yourself because there's only one of you. No one wants to be, especially an artist. Like there's only one of you, right? It's only going to be one of you. If you're like, it's not going to be another Kanye West or Ye. It's not going to be another Lana Del Rey, depending, the type of artist you are. There's not going to be another person, even in sports. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be another Michael Jordan, another LeBron James, another Kobe Bryant, another Allen Iverson. There's not going to be nothing like that. Okay. So you need to start working on yourself, start developing yourself. And the most important project is working on you, being the best version of you. And that's what I'm all about here as an artist and here on my channel, on my YouTube, and for myself, is being the best version of yourself. That means health, getting your health right. That means techniques and tools, getting your art and investing your art and getting yourself better. Okay. Also, what else is there? What else you can invest? Investing in financial stuff. Okay, investing in building your financial intelligence. I'm not sure which episode I'm going to have, but we're going to talk about how a lot of reasons why artists need to master financial literacy, building your financial intelligence, the FQ. I believe that's what they call it, which is the cash flow quadrant. Okay, we're going to be talking about that. So this is just the opening right here. I got the introduction. So you need to start working on your personal development. Start working on yourself every single day, being the best version of yourself, being that 1% better each and every day. Okay. It's that 1% getting better each and every day. That's your health, your mind, your body. All this is going to align with getting your creativity right. Not simple things we're going to be talking about later with brain stimuli. Okay, there's certain negative things that negatively affect, which you get the temporary creativity right now, but your body and everything else deteriorates later. Okay, and again, you don't want that. You want to keep the creativity going. You want a conscious flow of that flow state. Okay, so along with that, and pushing yourself. Okay, go to the gym, eat good foods, work on yourself every single day, building your financial literacy, being a better version of yourself. You know, if you're a Muslim, be a better Muslim. Okay, be a good Muslim. If you're a Christian, be a good Christian, no matter what religion you're in. We're in America, so we have freedom of religion over here. So being the best version of yourself. Okay. That's what I think. Being the best version of yourself, and why I recommend you need to focus on that as an artist. You don't want to be an asshole. You don't want to be these clowns that's on the internet just getting attention, because attention is the new currency, and people want attention. They want their clout. They want their 15 seconds of fame, and that's it. You don't want to be that type of person. You want to have principles, boundaries, rules that you live by and you focus by. Okay. So these are the reasons why I recommend this, man. You don't, even there's some people that while I work, they say, oh, do this, they're trying to get their little TikToks in, nah, I ain't doing all that. First of all, I don't know how old are you. Okay, I don't want to be in a video with minors and stuff like that, and it kind of brings in a bad image. That's one reason. Second reason, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. People will lie, and it'll create a narrative. So along with that, you just got to be careful. Protect yourself. I'm going to talk about artists, why you need to protect yourself, but work on yourself every single day. You don't want to be that type of asshole. When you do become an asshole, that's when you had to defend yourself, which maybe is not an asshole, but you're going to have to start doing things where you have to be an asshole. People disrespect you and all that other stuff. You may have to take it back. There's time to turn the other cheek, and there's a time you might have to clap back. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, be the best version of yourself. Work on yourself every single day. This is going to be a continuous project, and through your lifetime, being the best version of yourself. Okay. And there's going to be more. It's going to be a lot. Okay. A lot that we'll be talking about here. And let me know in the comment sections. Okay. Let me know what you got in the comment sections and what you can see and how you can be the best version of yourself. And I got you guys, I can go ahead and scan this right here, the QR code, or I have it in the show notes or the description and the link. So you guys can go ahead and click it and go ahead and get Growth Day by Brandon Bouchard. You get a free trial that I have right here for you. So you can go ahead and do that. And it does help the channel. I do get a little bit commissions on it, being honest with you. So it does help the channel. And again, if you want to get your copy, this is another call of action, I would say, which maybe I should notice, but another call to action. But make sure you get your copy, Recession Business Proof Business Model. You can go ahead and get your free course, go through the free course and see what we do in building our business. And I believe we're going to be in the golden age of indies, and we're not going to need Hollywood and certain type of big studios and all that. And this is going to be the vehicle that's going to take me there and where I'm going with my business. Okay. And another thing, one more call to action. I've got too many call to actions right here, but make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell on YouTube, or if you're on Rumble, hit it, follow. Same thing on Spotify, on all that. Make sure you hit it. And I do want to do polls and stuff like that. So make sure you guys go ahead and let me know in the comments, engage. I know some of you watching. I know some of you probably not even gonna comment, or you just looking, or maybe you just skim through the video. I know we're in the age of goldfish type of attention spans and all that other stuff. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get to these points. Point number one, today's topic I'm talking about today is 5 reasons why I recommend artists focus on personal development. Point number one, educate yourself beyond school. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is going through the opening point. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Constantly work on yourself. Constantly question the things also the school had taught you, because we're learning new information every single day. Okay, maybe it's like you could play around, like, man, I don't know about that. I don't know about what this been taught me. Maybe I can play around with something. Maybe I could do something else. Or constantly learn from the masters. Learn from the people that learned that went through all the headaches and everything before you. Okay, even to this day. Okay, learn from Picasso, learn from Nikola Tesla, learn what things not to do. You can even learn from people, learn things of people that you don't even like. Okay, that's why you need to constantly get yourself into this zone of learning. Okay, and this is another thing we're gonna talk about. This is from the audio called "Your Wish Is Your Command" by Kevin Trudeau, which is who do you listen to? Okay. And are you willing to learn? Are you willing to be coachable? Are you hungry and coachable? Then, make sure you get a mentor. Okay. And that's what school is. But you're also constantly looking to get better. Get a coach, get a mentor to get better. Look for things, and even get a mastermind. We're going to talk about that more later on at later episodes. Another episode we're going to talk about. Okay. And here's the key message for you. Okay. Art school or YouTube tutorials can teach you techniques, but personal development gives you life mastery. Okay. Are you willing to learn? And are you coachable? And what's your teachability index? That's coming from your not master keys to riches. I'm thinking of Napoleon Hill stuff, which a lot of Napoleon Hill stuff is right there. Then it's this is supposedly I haven't listened to all the audios, which I'm going to be listening to it. Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. Kevin Trudeau. But yeah, we're going to be talking about all this, which is your teachability index. Okay. Are you willing to, who you listen to? Who do you listen to? If you listen to a person that wants like certain things, like money, right? You want to listen to somebody about money, right? Who do you listen to? Be careful who you listen to, because there's a lot of people that don't know about money. There's people that talk about art that's not really an artist, which I'm gonna give you guys a story, right? So I have a mom who raised me. Nothing against my mom who raised me. She loves me and she wants to, she cares for me and everything like that. She had one of my uncles or brothers was like very good at art, right? He was able to draw out of his head. And she's not an artist, so she thinks like, oh, drawing out of your head makes you a great artist. I don't know that. I don't know if she actually thinks she know that, but she think he has talent and all that. You don't know that. You don't know that's like told you the story about Picasso and all that, when they, even with other artists that draw many times to get themselves in that level where they challenge themselves. She said, I'll never draw. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't know that, but he was able to draw out of his head. And for me, going to school and all that, listening to professional artists, listening to artists that's actually in there, draw from reference, don't draw out of your head, draw from reference, draw from life, actually. Draw from life. I kept hearing that. So should I listen to my mom, who is not an artist, okay, or should I listen to the professional artist who actually is an artist to actually say draw from reference? Okay, we're going to talk about it. There's going to be an episode on that as well. Drawing from reference and drawing from life as well, using certain techniques you're able to draw out of your head. But professional artists still go out and draw from life. Okay, the whole point of the story is, who do you listen to? You got to be careful who you listen to. That's why for myself, Grant Cardone, many other people, I listen to them. Who do you listen to? Okay, maybe not have to listen to me. Okay, because I'm not rich yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not there at that potential yet. I've been going through ups and downs. I've been going through it, but persistence, keep on going. I'm not there yet. But again, who do you listen to? And what is your teachability index? Okay, if it's 1 through 10, okay, it's probably like a 5. And what you need to lift your teachability index. Okay, and I'm mentioning this. That's why you're going to get a mentor. Okay, go out and get a mentor. Who do you listen to again? And what's your teachability index? And I'm mentioning this. I know I'm repeating this multiple times. Okay, it's for a reason. Okay, so why does this matter for artists? Okay, most creatives stop at technical skills, but those who study psychology, sales, communication, and self-awareness rise above. You don't want to create art. You want to create a life. Okay, I mentioned Jim. Was it not Jim Rohn, not Jim Lee. I'm thinking about other artists and stuff like that. You don't want to put yourself in a position. I think from the GI Joe artist, something I forgot from this company. I don't remember the company and everything like that. He's like a really old dude, a really old guy, and now he's coming in. And there's artists that can't retire. They got to constantly work. You don't want to be there, okay? It's much more. You don't want to be that type of person. I know Cyril and Jump, and I know in Japan you die there. I forgot what it's called. You die from overwork. You don't want to be that either. Okay, make sure you put yourself in a position where you get your investments, and it's going to be risk. Okay, which the first investment, which I talked about, is you invest in your business and invest in the products and services. You're going to have to not just master other techniques, not just creative, which is good. That's your creative point, but also learn how to sell. Learn how to do business. Know your game. Work on your game. Okay, I talk about this. 10x. You work on your game. You 10x, which is create like a god. 10x. Work on your game. Then you 10x. Okay, work is the action, all that too. 10x is massive action. It's multiplication right there. So you need to work on yourself. You want to create a life. yeah, you want to create life and all that stuff, what you do, but make sure you take care of yourself. You take care of your kids, your wife. Okay. Make sure you go ahead and do that, because you don't want to put yourself in the position where you're broke. You're poor. You're brokey. Okay. I don't want to, and broke is temporary, but if you live there forever until you old, that's your fault. Okay. And here's a real talk right here. You must be the most talented artist in the room, but if you don't educate yourself on, you don't, wait. You could be the most talented artist in the room, but if you don't educate yourself on business, mindset, and leadership, you'll still struggle. Okay. Even I even mentioned not just business, even learn about money. Okay. You could be talented. There's many talented artists out there because they become broke. Think about the NBA players, the people that play sports, even the artists buy jewelry, go out there, flashy, doing flashy, trying to oppress people that don't like them or they don't really care about them, bro. Like, forget all that. Forget the Lamborghinis. Forget all the jewelry and all that, and try to look all flashy and all that. Take care of your finances, actually build wealth for yourself, because you got there. You're already there, and learn about money. If you have somebody else learn about money, they might give them off about the money and the finances. They're just going to milk off you, bro. There's many stories on that. But again, educate yourself beyond school. You in your first investment, you got to invest in yourself. You're the most important asset is invest into yourself, invest in you. Okay. Point number 2, today's topic that I'm talking about today is 5 reasons why I recommend artists focus on personal development. Point number 2, okay, which is self-improvements fuel artistic growth. Okay. Here's the key message right here. Your art only grows as far as you grow. Okay. And they say a little thing about it's not what you know, is who you know. Rephrase that. It's what you know and who you know. Okay. Because if you know, the what is not what you know, who you know is good. But if you know what you know, you can continue to do it's not who you know, and you can learn what you know now. But I think both would actually precise and actually build your level. And why this is matter to artists is, right? The more you develop discipline, focus, and emotional intelligence, the more you unlock creative and consistency. Self-improvement isn't fluff, it's fuel. Okay. We'll talk about emotional intelligence, right? A lot of studies say that emotional intelligence actually help you with your goals. And a goal, we talk about this, a goal without a deadline is just a wish. And I went through a leadership program, and I remember it was the most brutal thing I went through. And I kind of stopped. I did a little podcast and all that. I stopped. I didn't do anything after that. That's why we're resurfacing some things and building this leadership with myself. Okay. Invest in yourself. And some people actually, if you're a really good person, if really like invest in you and they like you, they may actually invest in you. Okay. They may invest in you. Maybe they may like you. They may want to invest in you. So keep that creative field going. Emotional intelligence is about the building yourself, work on your personal development, and working on yourself. Work on yourself every single day, and you're going to meet people that's going to invest in you, that's going to help you out, because you take an initiative. You're working on yourself every single day. People don't want to work with assholes. I'm telling you, they don't want it. They might deal with your talent, but if you they may just deal with that. But you got to earn your ego, which is ego is first the E, earn it. You have to have the game to back it up, which is the G. You got to be outstanding on what you do. You got to earn it. There's time to be humble. There's time to have an ego. Okay. For example, let me give you more examples over here. Journaling helps you with clarity and inspiration. I was actually going through the, which you can go scan right here. I still have it up here. There's a growth. I think it was growth. Was it fire? Not EO. I'm thinking of EO Fire. John Lee Zuma's podcast, which is Growth Day Fires, right? He's talking about journaling, being clear, inspiration. I've been off and on journaling myself, and we're going to be talking about how journaling can help you as an artist build. Meditation improves focus during long art sessions. Meditation, fitness, and health gives you stimuli to create for hours. Okay, that gives you more energy. Building on your health gives you more energy. And 5 forms of investment is time, money, energy, focus, and attention. So those are the 5 forms of investments. Okay. And, and there's other investments, which is investing in yourself, invest in your business, and invest in other assets, which you want to be an investor. You got the entrepreneur level, but I think as an investor, you have more of control of even with companies and all. That's what I'm starting to learn. Okay. So again, self-improvement, keep constantly and self-improving, keep constantly growing, keep constantly work on yourself each and every day, not just in your art, but also your personality. You can change your whole personality. I work and everything. A lot of people like my personality. I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always like, yeah, fantastic, awesome. I'm not of that. I invested in myself. I got into sales training, which I need to constantly go through it. I've been struggling with that with myself. I've been going through reading books, investing in myself, investing in my mindset, investing in me reading, educating myself, building my intellect. Okay. And got some health stuff, right? I do have the Enagic Kangen water device, and also got these, right? Kangen Ukon, which Ukon means turmeric in Japanese. Okay, constantly investing in my health, working on getting on the carnivore diet. Which carnivore diet, since I got the Ukon and all that, it's probably not gonna be 100% carnivore diet. But this stuff works with Kangen, so I'm still gonna persist with it. Okay. What else is there? Okay, what else? I'm just trying to give you guys some things you guys can go ahead and do for yourself and build. And again, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not a perfect person. I make mistakes myself, but I'm constantly working on myself each and every day. And you guys can go ahead and follow on the journey. But this stuff is going to help with your creativity. Point number 3, today's talk we're talking about today is 5 reasons why I recommend artists to focus on personal development. Okay, cultivating a growth mindset. Okay, we talked about this. There's 2 types of mindsets. There's a book called Mindset. Okay, there's a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Okay, here's the key message. Fixed mindset says, I'm not good at anatomy. A growth mindset says, I haven't mastered anatomy yet. So think about this. Okay, there's some school, and I wish I would have learned this, and I wish some of these books and stuff, I wish I was going to school, because I hated school. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I hated going to school. I hated school. I really did not like school. And I was sick of school. I always called in, and my mom to call in and say I'm sick and all that other stuff when I was in elementary. It changed a lot. And when I was in middle school and high school, but it wasn't the same. Okay. It wasn't teachers with growth mindset. It's just like, oh, he's stuck. And I remember when I was in elementary, they tried to put me, I don't know if they tried to put me on pills or what. They said I had a problem. And my mom, who raised me, said he didn't have no educational defects or anything like that, which I appreciate her for that. He doesn't have nothing. If he can read again, because I love playing games and all that when I was young. If he can read off a game screen or playing the game, he can read. He just don't want to do it. And she was right. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to educate. I hated it. I hated school, man. But now reading the first book that got me really wanted to learn, I really wanted to actually expand my knowledge, expand my intellect, was the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And that's when I became an adult. That's what made me became obsessed. Oh, this is what the successful people think. They read. The average CEO reads 60 books a day. Okay. They take action. Many different, like they keep building, they keep going, they keep learning. The more you learn, the more you earn. You may not earn right now, but you keep building upon it, you keep working on it, you'll get the earning later. Okay. You get the earning later. It will build, it will compound. You may not get it now, but you will get reward of the fruits of your labor later on. But you got to take action. Another thing I've been messing up, got to take action, not just reading, but taking action. What you go through the course, taking action. There's some people that don't even finish a book. Like most people read fiction books. Less than I think 1% reads a book, has less than a page. And there's a saying, if you want to keep a secret, put it in a book, because people don't read. And the education system right now, right? And I'm seeing it because me listening to I'm opening my mind up with which I keep listening to the audios. I haven't listened to all the audios, but I think 1 through 3 and 4, I kept listening over and over and over again, which is your wish is your command. They don't want, I think phonics is built up, and you got the Department of Education that came in, and now education is dipping down. Illiteracy is dipping down. It's easy to control people if they don't know how to read. Okay. And this is from the book. I read the book, the narrative of Frederick Douglass. Think about the slaves, right? With during the late 1800s with Abraham Lincoln and all that other stuff, they didn't want slaves reading right. They didn't want them to educate them, because they start questioning everything. They start questioning what position they're in. They cannot be controllable. So for you as a person, Start reading. There's some people, oh, I can't read. Bro, read, man. Go and read. Okay, pick up a book and read. And that's from 75 hard is like read 10 pages of a day. Pick up a book and read. And I went through colleges with reading. I had to go through all these classes that took me a long time to get my associate's degree, which I'm not even doing computer animation, unfortunately, which I will be doing later on my other stuff. But along with that, you guys, you pick up a book and read, man. You know, pick it up, read a nonfiction book. If you're a person that reads fiction a lot, read a nonfiction book. Okay. And there's also two authors I didn't know. I found out recently that studies show that if you read people that read a lot growing up, or even that reading a lot of nonfiction books, not nonfiction, but fiction books, it can warp their reality, which is a subconscious mind, you know? So it can warp their world, your worldview. Okay, so it's fiction. Just understand. So even games and in a lot of games and comics and all that, you can see it could inspire from a real world, but at the end of the day, it's fiction. And not even that. Some of the fiction is being real, coming out to be real. According, I mean, with AI and everything that's going on, and there's a lot of stuff that we're being able to do scientifically, which is grabbing through the ether. If you see nothing, grabbing through the ether and making things a reality. Because man, as of us, we're looking to make, innovate, and it's there. The basics are there. However, hold on. Here's your reminder from okay. Sorry. We gotta lower that down for a minute. That's from California for some reason. I got that time, but I do have to pray before I go to work when this episode ends. But going on with that, you guys, working on yourself. I lost my train of thought when that happened, man. Where was I? Point number 3. Oh yeah, on the growth mindset. Okay. So why does this matter for artists with the growth mindset? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. What I was saying. Many artists give up because they expect to be perfect. A growth mindset flips the script. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every sketch becomes a step forward. Okay, that's why artists is like, you keep sketching, may not get, you get warm-ups, may not come. That's why you had different variations of different sketches. Even with AI, you've been playing with AI, generating images. It doesn't even become perfect sometimes. Sometimes a lot of stuff, like you have more hands, feet don't even go together. Whatever stuff has been happening doesn't actually naturally comes into composition and all that. It's not there. It's actually based off of humans, but it's trained off of humans, but still it's what we give. And that's why I think AI could help possibly. It is a tool to help. It could help artists. That's why I believe we're going to be in golden stage of indie creators, or indie indies. It's going to happen, but a lot of people are afraid of it, and I can see why. But it's a tool. It's not going to replace. I don't believe it's going to replace us. It's going to get things a lot done faster for us. So let's go ahead and bonus. A growth mindset makes you unstoppable. Reject becoming redirection. Okay, and me remembering what I was saying. Educate yourself, read books, get yourself to read books, nonfiction books, work on yourself every single day. Read Think and Grow Rich, or you can go to jaronmitchell.com/laws of success. Get Think and Grow Rich book and some other goodies. I would recommend you go on there. Napoleon Hill stuff, which I'm a big fan. I love Napoleon Hill's work. And he's passed away. He died in 1970. I still love his freaking work. I still read his book, Think and Grow Rich, and many other books to master the way of thinking. And from Think and Grow Rich and Build Upon It, which is also the Build Upon That would be the Master Keys to Riches. Not the Master Keys to Riches. Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. I keep mispronouncing his name wrong. But along with that, you guys, make sure you go ahead and go out and do that and build upon your growth mindset. Remember, math. Okay, I'm going to go before we get to point number 4. Math. You can build your math. You have, okay, maybe I'm not going to, maybe I don't understand it, but I can figure it out somehow. That is a growth mindset. Art, I may not understand it. I haven't mastered it yet. I can say, I can't master it, but there's a ways I can figure out to do it to reach that breakthrough. Okay, which me with sculpting, right? Went through 3D sculptors workshop with Shane Olson, right? Went through it, built the mouth, able to get the mouth cavity, and boom, I had a breakthrough. Which I need to go back and start practicing each and every day. So that is a growth mindset. And that's why you need to start constantly growing and work on yourself each and every day. And you may have this, which is another book called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Not that book. It was breaking something like the development and all that. You don't want to be in a self-development loop where you just developing, you're just reading self-help books and all that other stuff, but you do not do nothing. You must take action. You don't want to be in that loop, in that current loop where you reading a lot of self-development books and you don't take action. You must take action after you learning and stuff. Is just not the thinking, not just the reading, but actually taking action and learn from it and failing fast and learning from your temporary defeats. All right. Point number 4. Today's talking about today is why I recommend artists to focus on personal development. Point number 4. Destroying limited beliefs hold you back. Okay, here's a key message. The scariest prison is the one you built in your own mind. Okay, that's the scariest prison. The one you built in your own mind. That's why I think people do some crazy stuff, because they're in their thoughts. They got that subconscious mind. They're thinking about it over and over and over again. They got them seeds planted in their mind, the automatic negative thoughts that's coming in their mind, and they're not pulling out the weeds. They're not doing nothing to pull out the weeds and consistently grow something in your mind. You put water on it, nurture that what you see that planted in your mind so it can grow into a mighty forest. They're not doing anything. And why does this matter for artists? Belief, like I'm not good enough, I'll never make money from art, or I am too late to start, will destroy your dreams faster than failure ever could. Being in your own mind, analysis paralysis. I've been there, bro. I'm telling you, I've been there. I have been there. I'm quite sure every other person's been there. Okay. But you got to make sure you take full possession of your own mind. That's why I love Napoleon Hill's work. That's why I need to keep listening to Your Wish is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. Keep listening to that stuff, having this growth day. Daily fires, that's what he called it. That's what I remember. The daily fires and all that. Make sure I have it each and every day and keep on working towards it. Keep on working at it. Okay. And also too, how to fix it: affirmations, visualizations, journaling. Okay. Books like Think and Go Rich, Cybernetics, The Art of War. I didn't mention that in my last episode. The Art of War, Resilience. Okay. Other books, which is the magic of believing. The subconscious mind, learning this stuff, man. The breaking habits of being yourself, like learning this book, getting the thought moving, understand that you have control of your thoughts, learning that you can start planting your thoughts. Prayer, even prayer will help, not hurt, will help. Muslims pray 5 times a day. If you're a Christian, I think I got an audio, which I don't have it anymore. I got to go through it, which is it's like the winners, right? You go through it winning, right? You prayer. They talk about how prayer can help, how prayer can work. Okay. Don't pray in fear. Pray in confidence. Pray in faith. You pray each and every day. Muslims pray 5 times a day, which I've been struggling to pay 5 times a day because it's pretty hard with being an American and today and where I'm at in my society. Actually, before I go to work, I'm going to catch up with my prayers because I didn't pray for Fajr. And I need to pray that, and I need to start working on praying on time. I'm having issues with it. I'm struggling with it, but I understand. But affirmation, visualizations, okay, and what else? Oh yeah, journaling. Listening to audio, great audio, and not listening to any type of fear-based stuff. Okay, fear-based, which is listening to this. If it's not fear, it's fear and all that, you don't need to listen to it. And I know it's going to be hard because certain people don't actually do this because certain people think in a different way. Okay. And the book, Outwin the Devil, okay, by Napoleon Hill. Love that book. Freaking love it. I'm going to have more topics we're going to be talking about with that book. And I've been listening. That's like the next book I've been listening and reading, which I actually gave that book. I think I gave that book to my cousin. So he has 2 of my books, actually. I just bought another one. He can have it. But along with that, I think he does. I'm not too sure. But along with that, he talks about the devil, quote unquote. This is the believe it or not. Pick up the book, read it, listen to it. I prefer the audiobook because the audiobook did an amazing job. He talked about he controls 98% of the population because of thought. Think about what the people that do thought, okay? People that goes out doing crazy things. He says his opposition does something else when he aligns the stars and the planet and all that, keeps all that in line, but he goes into human thinking. Okay, 98%. That's why we need to take full possession of our own mind. You may not believe it, you may not understand it, but he quote unquote interviews the devil. And I look at this and I'm like, dang, bro, like even Even he used the seven deadly sins according to Christianity, which with I think it's Catholicism. Okay. And I even use ChatGPT with all that according to with Islam and everything. Islam agrees a lot of it. Okay. You gotta take full possession. I'm actually gonna write the book on outwitting the seven deadly sins. For real. Like I'm for real, you guys. You may think I'm crazy, you may think I'm nuts, but that book, the more I listen to it, the more I look into the world, the more I see it. Okay. He has control 98% of the population, and he gets in the mind. Okay. Destructive thinking, getting you to do certain things, which probably new is amplifying today, because that was right after Think and Grow Rich, which was 19, I think he wrote that book in 1938, 1937. I mean, or around that time. And Napoleon Hill was ahead of his time, just like Bruce Lee. Napoleon Hill was ahead of the time. They thought you get cigarettes, which wasn't good for you, which they promoted cigarettes. Look what they're promoting today. Look what they're promoting today with our society. Okay. And I'm just saying, dude, I'm seeing it, dude. That's why, like, I see it and I think differently, and I believe there's a God, bro. Like, I believe in God, and I'm seeing what's happening with that book. It's profound, man. It's a profound book, and willing you guys to be open to it when you go through that book and listen to the book, which I prefer listening to it because it's a great experience with audiobook. But pick up the book as well. I like picking up both. But all that stuff will, like, it's a profound book. 98% of the population he control, and his enemies are the thinkers. He doesn't like the Declaration of Independence of America. He doesn't like it. Okay. Like, you listen to the book, bro. Listen to the book. Doesn't like it. His enemies enemies are the thinkers, those who think for themselves, those who take full possession of their own mind. And his opposition doesn't like a weak-minded person. Like someone's weak. Okay, weak-minded. Okay, and that's when the devil comes in. It takes over your mind when you're weak-willed. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to talk about more of those as well. I know this is probably dealing with religion again. We're going to be talking about religion too on this podcast, man, because everything is created. Point number 5. Let's go ahead and take today's topic. Last topic we're talking about today is 5 reasons. 5 reasons why I recommend artists focus on personal development. Point number 5, which is learn from those who have walked the path. Key message right here, okay? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Just follow someone who already built the car, who had the vehicle, okay? You don't need to reinvent anything. You don't want to be the pioneer, which is currently .com secrets, JaronMitchell.com/.com secrets. You can go ahead and get that book and invest into your trilogy, which you're going to need those as well. And you don't want to be the pioneer. You get arrows on your back, right? They pioneered. They went through all the work. They went through all the dirty work. They pioneered it, but they're not making money. Okay. Unless you want to do that stuff. But I mentioned this before. Who do you listen to? And what's your teachability index? And why does this matter? That's why I'm saying this again. Whether it's a mentor artist or a successful artist, learn from someone ahead of your time, ahead of your collapse time. You skip years or trial and error. Okay, this is why. Who are you willing to listen to? Okay, are you going to listen to the person that's not the artist, that's not putting out the work, that's not going to do it, and they think you're not going to make money? Or are you going to listen to the actual person who is the artist, which is the mentor? Once the student is ready, the teacher will appear, right? So are you going to, this is what I'm talking about. Who do you listen to? And when you got that person, what's your teachability index? You don't have to be a mentor directly. You can consume their content. You can consume what they do, invest into their work. You're actually, like me, I got books. I'm reading Napoleon Hill stuff. I see him as a mentor. He's dead. He's dead. Napoleon Hill did the 10 Visible Councilmen. He keep adding it as well. He had some mentors and stuff. He had Abraham Lincoln. He did the visualization, all that, and to have a councilman, and he visualize it. That's why visualization is so powerful, and it can actually build your mind, help your mind. He did it practice. He stopped doing it. He got scared, and it automatically ended up doing it because it's conscious mind, because he kept doing it, because he stopped doing it, but it kept working. Like it's crazy, man. I haven't experienced it. I don't know, but visualization can actually help, and you can actually learn from people that's already dead, basically. So pick up the book, Think and Grow Rich, go through the Visible Councilman. It's pretty dope. Well, I would love to experience something like that for myself. And that's just got to practices, make sure I don't violate the rules of Think and Grow Rich, or violate and study it, and also build upon that, which is, I mentioned that. Who do you listen to? Okay. And also, what are your teachability index? I keep saying this. It's for a reason. Okay. Examples: study artists who also learn business. Okay. Study them. I'm just saying, study them. You don't have to just study just the art side, but also study the artists that learn the business, that know the business, that know their business. That's why you need to know your business. As an artist, you're a business, you're a brand, you're kind of an entrepreneurship. You're putting your own financial risk, normal than necessary, of you being an artist. You are doing it, but you're more on the creative side. Okay. Follow entrepreneurs who use creativity to build wealth. Okay. Not just creativity to build wealth, because 50 Cent and all that, he does other stuff, but invest into other stuff. Do other things too that are going to help you have a business type of mindset. Some people may say, hey man, you do need workers, right? AI is coming though. It's going to be less people running things, but you're going to need those people who are actually going to run it. You're going to need, it's building a team that believe in your vision, that believe in your business, and that believes in your product. You need to sell them that too as well. And you need to sell yourself that every single day. As an individual, read books, listen to podcasts, and attend masterminds, seminars. Go to seminars, reinvest. Go through, like me, I've been through, which I already showed in the previous. I went through. It's been a while. I need to actually go back. I've been through 2 boot camps. Grant Cardone, right? Been to 2 boot camps, and through 2020, let me grab this right here. We got to the marketing workshop. Marketing workshop right here, which I can't show. This is confidentiality. So I went through it, man. I went through some of this stuff, and some of this stuff I haven't really figured it out at the time. I wasn't sure, and now I'm figuring it out. Now. I actually wish I need to go through another one. And actually, there's something I need to go through the scale workshop, and I need to go through the sales workshop too. Those are things I need to go to. So constantly go through, invest in yourself, just like you're investing in your art, invest in your business, go through other businesses, go through other workshops, learn from other people, and be careful who you listen to and what's your teachability index. And some people you can learn, but you got to depend. Okay, do they have the money? Or how their financial situation is? Nope, don't need to learn from them. Okay, how about the marriage? Do they have a great marriage? Maybe they have a great marriage, but maybe their finances is probably not where they need to be at. And not even that. Okay, how many people did they marry? Did they have a good marriage? I'm just saying, be careful who you listen to. Okay, some people don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't even know what they're talking about at all. And some even they say, who do you listen to? Okay, are you listening to those? Even I mentioned this. Are you listening to people that doesn't know about Islam, that's not educated on Islam, or they just saying some other stuff Islam? Or you're going to learn from the actual person who's a scholar, who everything in from Islam, and they can teach you? Because Islam, I think, is a constantly learning religion, and you need to learn. And a lot of people misunderstand Islam. So here's my closing thoughts right here. Okay, a personal development isn't separated from your art; it is the foundation for it. As you grow, your art will grow. As you change your thoughts, as you change your oh my goodness, as you change your thoughts, you'll change your life. Change your thoughts, change your life. Protect your thoughts. They're the seeds. Whatever seeds that you have, plant the seeds, nurture the seed, grow the seed, so your mind can become a mighty forest that you grow, and you can weed out the deadly nightshade that's a deadly poison to your mind, that are the weeds and other stuff that kills other plants, your dreams, your goals. You kill your dreams and goals that make you not just overthink, but don't take action. And you just thinking, but you don't take action of all. So go out there and keep growing the plant, take action, take initiative to go out there and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. So it would not be in the richest place on earth, which is the graveyard. So let's go ahead and make sure you guys, let's go ahead and recap today's topic, which is 5 reasons why I recommend artists focus on personal development. Okay, you can go ahead and get your free trial at Growth Day. I still got it right here. Okay, you can go ahead and scan it, or you can go in the description and link below. We have that in the description. Okay, as well. And opening quote, what I got here right here for you, with quoting Jim Rohn. Okay, quote: formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Okay, end quote by Jim Rohn. As an artist, you often invest in tools, techniques, and tutorials. The most important project is to work on yourself each and every single day. Keep working on yourself. Be that 1% better. Be that black mama like Kobe Bryant. Okay, but 1% better, or that Kaizen. Okay, Kaizen, 1% better is a Japanese word for. I didn't mention it. Okay, point number 1: education. Educate yourself beyond school. In school, sometimes, it's always, it's never, things will never stop learning. You're constantly learning beyond school as well, and hands-on in different other ways to start learning. Okay, it's not just going to school, but also hands-on and everything else. Okay, and art school is going to teach you YouTube videos, other people courses. You can go also constantly invest in yourself to build your creativity, and not just from your creativity with other people courses. Also invest in your sales, your in sales, branding, marketing, social media. Invest into all that so you can actually build a brand for yourself as an artist, and keep on working on yourself, invest in yourself, and keep doing that. Point number 2, which is improve your artistic growth. Okay, keep improving it. Focus, discipline, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, also with studies show that people have most emotional intelligence. They'll actually create and build their dreams. That's according to emotional, having emotional intelligence, not just other things what people just say. Point number 3, cultivate a growth mindset. Okay, a fixed mindset says I'm not good enough at anatomy, or I'm not good enough at this. Growth mindset, I haven't mastered it yet, but I'm gonna keep on improving, keep on going, keep on until I master it. Or not even if I master it, I'm gonna keep on improving into myself, because I know I can do it. Just same with reading, math, writing, and all the other stuff, right? Same thing with sales. We don't pop out of the womb, except Jesus, because he talked out of the womb, according to Islamic beliefs. Okay, and why does it matter for artists? Most artists grow having it has to be perfect. Flip the script, and every failure is a lesson. The more you learn, the more you earn. Temporary defeat. Be like a scientist that goes in and study stuff that works and stuff. Get your hypothesis going. Point number 4, destroying limited beliefs, and that's holding you back. Destroy them. Self-belief. I'm not good enough. I'm not making enough money in my art. I'm too late to start. Destroys your dream faster than failure. Okay, how to fix it, which is affirmation, visualization, read books, podcasts, and all that. Books like Think and Grow Rich, that according to Nightingale, from The Stranger Secrets by Nightingale, which is instruct and inspire. Take full possession of your own mind. Okay, psychodynamics, the war on art, which is resilience. Okay, which resistance. Okay, be resilient. You're going to be tested. I've been tested multiple times. Okay, you're going to be tested when you decide what you're going to do with what's your dreams. You're going to be tested. Okay, point number 5, learn those who have walked the path. Are you willing? Are you coachable? And are you hungry? Okay, who do you listen to, and what is your teachability index? Is 1 through 10. That's what you're going to do. Learn from the masters, learn from the greats, learn from the people before you, and not just that, learn for those who actually done the business. Okay, folks, is not where we at. It's where we come from. Always create like a God. You're the master of your fate. You're the captain of your soul. You're made in the image of God. God gave you a brain to think for yourself. Worship the one creator, which I believe is Allah, and always create like a God. And make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe to this show. Follow it for more. That way you can get daily uploads, daily listens every single day on the Create Like a God podcast. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.